Your Serene Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage your host, Ms. Cecile Gray.
Welcome back, Your Serene Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we've already heard a little about what a great year 2017 has been for our sport. So before we get into our first award of the evening, let's see some of the rugby action of the last 12 months.
მოძრაობები ჩიგნით შემოვიდა, მაგრამ დაზღვევაზე კარგი იყო მირიან მოდებაძე. ვეხი მივარტყით და შეიძლება ეხლა ამ ბურთზე დაწევა. სოსობატიაშვილი.
There you go. Some amazing moments that will live long in the memory. We are, of course, here tonight to celebrate the year's finest achievements on the field of play, but also to eat, pause, and reflect on the selfless efforts of those whose work growing and developing the game may also have happened away from the spotlight. And it's here when we start the night's proceedings. The Vernon Pugh Award recognizes an individual, union, or group who has given outstanding service to their country and contributed to the game in the areas of playing, coaching, management, training, and administration. To present this award, please welcome back to the stage World Rugby Chairman Bill Beaumont. This year's recipient is a legendary administrator of French rugby. President of Biarritz Olympique for 10 years, he held a number of senior positions in the French Rugby Federation, helping the FFR gain full membership of World Rugby in 1978. He also played a significant role in the formation and development of World Rugby World Cup, and he was board member of that tournament from 1987, until 2003. Always passionate about the sport he loved, he sadly passed away earlier this year. Let's have a look at the amazing work the late Marcel Martin did for our sport.
rencontre avec Marcel Martin est une rencontre qui est très loin dans le temps. Il fait partie des personnes que j'aime et que j'ai aimées. Marcel m'a permis à moi en tout cas de vivre des heures exceptionnelles.
Ça a été une belle aventure, je pense, d'avoir amené Biarritz là où il l'a amené.
Et il a été pendant 10 ans le maître absolu de ce club. Et il a eu la chance, entre autres, de ramener 3 titres de champion de France, 2 finales de Coupe d'Europe, mais surtout de ramener son expérience qui a permis à ce club de pouvoir évoluer au plus haut niveau.
S'il avait dû se décrire, il se serait qualifié étant un homme préférant l'honneur aux honneurs. Pour papa, le rugby représentait véritablement une philosophie de vie. C'était quelque chose de fondamental dans son équilibre de vie.
C'est lui, au niveau du rugby international, qui a permis la reconnaissance de la France. C'est lui qui a été un des directeurs de la Coupe du Monde de rugby. Tous les joueurs que nous étions et dont je faisais partie à l'époque n'attendaient que cet événement-là. Et quand on voit la force aujourd'hui qu'a cet événement, on peut dire merci à Marcel parce qu'il a fait partie de cette évolution.
On est quand même très fiers de lui. Enfin, il a eu quand même un parcours, il a quand même fréquenté des gens assez exceptionnels. Et avoir sa photo avec Mandela, c'est quand même quelque chose d'assez émouvant.
And the recipient of the Vernon Pugh Award for Distinguished Service is the late Marcel Martin. And to accept this award on his behalf, please welcome to the stage his daughter Marie-Pierre and his son Jean-Marc.
Our second award tonight recognizes an individual, union, or group whose words and deeds embody the true spirit of rugby by living and breathing its character-building values of integrity, respect, solidarity, passion, and discipline. These are the people who go above and beyond to spread the rugby word, often in challenging conditions. To present this award, please welcome to the stage World Rugby Vice Chairman Agustin Pugh. Let's take a look at this year's recipient.
For the inmates, Prison Unit 48 in Buenos Aires can represent the end of the road, and not just in a physical sense. 8 years ago, a rugby-loving lawyer visited for professional reasons, but left with a vision: to use rugby to help change the lives of the prisoners. They're known as the Espartanos.
Muchos años metido acá adentro, he aprendido cosas peores. Te digo, antes de que venga acá, ¿no? Aprendí cosas peores. Por ejemplo, lastimé a muchas personas también acá adentro. Agrandé más el orgullo que tenía de lo que entré hasta que conocí el rugby.
Coco's objective was to seek the reintegration of the men using the values of rugby: respect, sacrifice, discipline and solidarity.
Bueno, los espartanos son un grupo de chicos que hicieron las cosas mal en su tiempo, que lo trajo privado de su libertad. Entrenamos de 12 a 3 de la tarde y es como, nosotros le decimos que es como 3 horas o 2 horas y media de libertad, ¿no? Porque nos saca nuestro mal humor, nos descarga, aprendemos cosas buenas, aprendemos disciplina con el equipo. Y bueno, de a poco nos vamos siendo mejor personas, unos caballeros que demostramos que gracias a este deporte nosotros podemos cambiar y que nos ayuda un montón. Nos ayuda un montón y nos hace bien tanto físicamente como mentalmente.
That seed Coco sowed has blossomed. 500 players now have their own pitch and clubhouse.
Si tuviera la suerte de conocer este deporte, esta liga de chiquito, yo no estuviera acá. Porque a mí, ahora de grande, me hizo cambiar, no más de chiquito, ¿no? Yo tengo un hijo también, tengo un hijo que tiene 7 años. Y lo primero que voy a hacer ahora es inscribirle a una escuela para que aprenda esto. Porque esto es los valores de la vida también.
The reoffending rate of the rugby players is just 2%, down from 60%.
La verdad que todos los queremos porque es como, no sé, como nuestro papá, como un amigo. No supiera decirte cómo lo queremos tanto a Coco, ¿no? Pero la verdad que tiene un corazón enorme y lo queremos un montón, mucho lo queremos. Porque es buena persona, ¿viste? Y me gustaría que toda la gente que lo conoce se darán cuenta de que es un capo, tanto la persona que es él como el corazón que tiene, ¿no? Que le gusta ayudar a los demás.
Hay que decir de él porque solo pronunciando su nombre ya tengo algo en el corazón que es como padre para nosotros. Es como un padre para nosotros, porque nos ayuda en todo nos ayuda, en todo. Nos habla bien de las cosas, nunca le habla mal, siempre te quiere enseñar para algo mejor, nos ayuda para el día de mañana, para salir y para no pisar de vuelta acá, nos encuentra el trabajo, nos ayuda a nuestra familia. La verdad para nosotros es un Dios más acá adentro. Yo estoy acá, pero él me ayudó a ser libre, a perdonar a gente que me lastimaron, pero no que me lastimaron porque ellos quisieron, me lastimaron porque yo lo busqué y eso me enseñó él. Él me mostró que estando libre tenés que perdonar y tenés que pedir perdón. Y yo ya lo hice y estoy haciendo día a día.
Good evening, buenas noches. It gives me a great privilege. Para mí es un honor enorme darle este premio, give this prize to Eduardo Coco Erigo.
Stay here. You have to stay here. You too, stay here. Stay with me, I have a few questions.
I translate.
You will.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. You have to. Coco, it's an incredible story. What's your proudest moment?
Es una historia increíble. ¿Qué pensás?
La verdad, este premio es enorme personalmente porque hay un montón de gente que trabaja en esto, de afuera y de adentro.
For him, it's a great honor personally, but there's a lot of people that inside and outside that works very hard with him.
Y lo que logra es bajar los niveles de reincidencia en el delito enormemente. La práctica del rugby.
And rugby makes a better world for everyone that is inside not to come back again.
Y si me permiten un pequeño cuento, los otros días juntamos a todo el equipo, que son 120 jugadores.
The other day, we just gathered 120 players together.
Y les pregunté si al que levante la mano el que había cometido un solo delito en su vida.
And I asked to raise the hand who had committed only one crime in his life.
Ninguno.
None.
2 veces, nada, ninguno. Son todos reincidentes, era la respuesta mía.
They always come back, so this is the achievement that no one was coming back.
Y seguí con la cuenta y dije 10, 20, 30, 50, y lo miro al capitán del equipo que habló ahí recién, y el capitán lo miré a los ojos y hizo esto.
So then the captain was proud of it, and he just looked in his eyes and he went humble.
Hasta que llegué al número 100 y les pregunté, ¿ustedes entienden lo que les estoy preguntando? Y ellos me dijeron, vos estás haciendo mal la pregunta.
So when he asked them, do you understand what I'm asking you guys? And the captain said, you are doing the wrong question.
Ellos dijeron, vos tenés que preguntarnos no cuántas veces, sino cuántos años delinquimos. Es como que nosotros te preguntáramos a vos cuántas veces jugaste al rugby en tu vida, pero sí cuántos años, lo digo rápidamente, de los 9 hasta los 35.
What he was trying to say is that they spend most of their life doing the wrong things.
Es decir, ellos nos decían, el cambio es enorme y el rugby es el cambio, y si no hace falta decirlo que con este deporte se producen muchos cambios, pero siempre se puede un poco más. Muchas gracias.
So what he's saying is that this rugby really changed their lives, and they are trying to have a better life, and rugby has changed forever, and that's what the work that they're doing, so thank you.
Augustine, I have a question for you too. Why do you think rugby is such a successful force for social change?
I think Coco just represents that. I think everyone that is here understands, and Your Highness was speaking about the change. That's what we're here for. We just need to work together to change. I think rugby changed people, educates people to do better things. We just seen it on the screen. I think that's the responsibility we have. That's what we're here for, everyone, players, board members. We have to give something to the community, and that's what we're here for. I think rugby can change lives. We just seen it. Coco has changed lives. And in Argentina, we have a safer place, a better place, because of the work he's doing.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Coco. Thank you, guys. The International Rugby Players Association is the global representative body for professional players around the world. It acts as the players' mouthpiece on international issues of importance and to the game of rugby, and collaborates with World Rugby on matters of mutual importance to players. The ERPA Special Merit Award recognizes a player who has had an outstanding professional rugby playing career on and off the field. It is about 3 core pillars of contribution as a player of true class through their community and charity work, and in advancing the welfare and well-being of their fellow players and the game. To present this award, please welcome Jean de Villiers. Jean, let's see who joined that allowed company in 2017.
Inspired by her rugby-playing mum, Rachel Burford first picked up a ball aged 6. She's since gone on to win 72 caps for her country, and in 2014 was a key player as England won the Women's Rugby World Cup. She's also played in the 2006, 2010 and 2017 finals, alongside winning 7 Six Nations championships. Rachel has also represented the England Sevens team on 22 occasions and won 7 premiership titles during her illustrious club career. But it's her role as a pioneer off the pitch that's been instrumental in growing women's rugby. She was the first female board member of the RPA in 2014 and 15, and has been England's representative on the International Rugby Players Association since 2014. She serves on 3 separate groups, advising World Rugby on a number of issues, including women's development and laws review. She's been a trusted ambassador for Restart Rugby and the Wooden Spoon charities. In addition to this, Rachel runs her own Girls Rugby Academy, which strives to develop young players both on and off the pitch. Richie McCaw is one of the greats of the modern game. Since emerging onto the international stage aged just 20, his record both as a player and as a captain is without equal. He led his country to Rugby World Cup glory in 2011, battling through a serious foot injury to claim the Webb Ellis Cup, and then repeated the feat in 2015. He's the most capped player in rugby union history, pulling on the famous all-black shirt an incredible 148 times. But Richie's work away from the public eye is far less known. He co-founded iSport, a charity focused on inspiring youth to create a brighter future. He's the patron of both the New Zealand Rugby Foundation and the Catwalk Trust. He's been an active member of the New Zealand RPA for 13 years and served as the inaugural International Rugby Players Association president. In recognition of his contribution to New Zealand society, he was awarded his country's highest honour when he was appointed an ordinary member of the New Zealand Order. Amid all of those commitments, he expanded his horizons beyond rugby through his passion for flying and is now a fully qualified pilot.
This year's recipients of the OPA Special Merit Award are Rachel Burford and Richie McCaw.
Congratulations, Rachel. Tell us what it was like to lead the England team during the Women's Rugby World Cup this year.
I mean, I didn't lead the team, but I was part of the team, and it's just incredible, an opportunity again to pull on the shirt and to run out there with your teammates that you've grown up with. And yeah, we may have come short to the better team, but it's a phenomenal tournament, and yeah, big privilege to be a part of.
Thank you. Richie, congratulations too. With your experience of being a legendary All Blacks captain, tell us, how can they be beaten? I mean, I'm asking as a French person.
Well, I think one thing that you got to realise, if ever you thought you had it all sorted, then you'll come second. I think one of the things that I know from a New Zealand All Black point of view is you're always striving to be better, and if the day you stop doing that is the day you will get beaten. But there's very little between the top teams, and I think we've seen that over the last 3-4 weeks, that anyone can win on any day.
Thank you both of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Richie McCaw and Rachel Burford. Thank you, Jean. There is a little doubt that this has been the year of women's rugby. In 2017, more new women players took up the sport than men, while the feats of our stars commanded unprecedented media and social media attention. Following the news that Rugby 7 will be on the Olympic program until at least Paris 2024, our women's 7 stars have shone brightly. After New Zealand were well beaten by Australia in 2016 in the Olympics and the series, they bounced back in 2017 to reclaim the title of HSBC, Women's World Rugby 7 Series champion. While the Black Ferns ultimately finished top, there were plenty of other impressive performances as the standard of this competition is continually pushed upwards. It is with these tremendous athletes that we start. To present the Women's 7th Player of the Year Awards in association with HSBC, please welcome Annabelle Coulier, Corporate Sponsorships and Partnerships, HSBC. And now let's take a look at our 3 nominees.
Kick pass to Blythe. McKenna Blythe breaks away. Top try scorer gets in.
Blythe takes on the defence by herself.
And she just dances around, she toys with him.
Blythe flying for the corner. 40th season try.
She's gone for it herself. Where's this one going to bounce? Needed to sit up. It does sit up for Ghislaine Landry. And that was a piece of individual brilliance. Landry, oh, look at that beautiful sidestep, and off she goes. Touches down for a try.
Wow, she's on fire. Absolute brilliant try then.
Great turnover there by Ruby Tui. Takes it quickly. They have numbers on the outside, but Ruby Tui gets the first try. She's definitely one to watch.
Tui picks it up, and away goes Tui. What a player she has become.
Oh, absolutely awesome. That's classic Sevens rugby.
And the winner is Michaela Blythe.
Michaela, congratulations. Tell us, how much do you enjoy playing with this superb New Zealand team?
Like everyone could be aware of, our culture is incredible. We're also well known as being the sisters, so our sisterhood is pretty much unbreakable, and this season has just been the best so far. So I'm very, very humble and very grateful to be a part of this team.
What are your ambitions for next season?
Next season for me is to just continue my performance and to be consistent, to keep performing in tournaments and to actually make teams, because women's rugby at the moment is developing very quickly over in New Zealand, so there's young talent coming through, so making sure that I keep making these teams and being consistent.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Since Rio 2016, Sevens has not looked back. Popular with the youth audience, its skills, speed, and success is capturing the imagination of the world. This year, we enjoy the biggest and most successful HSBC World Rugby Sevens series to date with record attendance and viewership figures. At the heart of the success story were the Blitzbokke winning 5 of the 10 series leg, including 3 in a row that saw them victorious in Wellington, Sydney, and Las Vegas. In the end, they took the overall title by 28 points, with England the closest of the chasing pack. But there were also some incredible moments as Canada achieved their first ever series win in Singapore, while Scotland continued their traditional end-of-season burst, winning in London. Throughout a compelling season, many players stood out as exceptional athletes and ambassadors for the game. To present the Men's 7 Players of the Year award in association with HSBC, please now welcome Sven Glor, Senior Manager, Global Rugby Strategy and Planning, HSBC. As ever, the nominations and final decision rested with the management of the series team, along with the series commentators and referees. Let's see who they put forward.
Baker puts the foot on the gas, keeps it on the toe. It is absolutely perfect.
Baker inside, too much pace. He's just far too quick. Speckman finds a gap. Now, has he got the gas to go all the way? Speckman just shows how fast he is. That's a wonderful individual try.
He's on the bench in the business, and business is booming.
And who is it but none other than the brilliant Jerry 2Y.
Steps inside, and away he goes. He's left his shadow on the 22, scratching his head. Which way did he go?
And the winner of the World Rugby Men's Sevens Player of the Year Award in association with HSBC is Perry Baker.
Congratulations, Perry. You're one of the superstars of Seven, but you came in quite late. What attracted you?
Just the excitement of the game. I mean, when I first was introduced to the game, I went to a men's club, and I fell in love with it from that moment on. It was just a brotherhood there, and it was just exciting to be a part of, so that's what I want to be a part of.
The USA team is improving every year. How far can you go?
I mean, it's, the sky's the limit for us. I mean, we work hard every day, and we're starting to get a camaraderie better for each other, learning each other in and out, and anything's possible. I mean, we have the itch now that we want to play for each other instead of playing for yourselves, and when you play together, anything can be done.
Thank you, Perry. Thank you. Congratulations to you. Now, from the finest talent in rugby sevens to the game's brightest young stars, the Breakthrough Player of the Year, in association with Tudor, celebrate those who are born to dare and have seized their chance to shine on the international stage in 2017. Tudor, welcome as an official partner to World Rugby.
The victory against all the odds, and the whole of South Africa behind him.
Here it is for Johnny. Has he done it? He sure has.
Marty, here we go. flies straight over the top of the last defender and scores a brilliant try.
The challenge of the Haka.
He's got Pugh for speed. This is Vernon Barrett, control this, and the cup is his.
And what competition there has been this year for the World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year Awards in association with Tudor. So many standout men and women, 50s and 7 contenders. To present this award, please welcome to the stage Juan Chiola, Head of Marketing Tudor, and All Black Boden Barrett. There could be just 3 nominees, and here they are.
Oh, that's a quite sensational try. And it's the new player. Boffelli scores on his first test.
Double pumping out to Ioane. Oh, that's brilliant.
The opportunity, the inside defense not there in time. There's it, cut back in field, and a good finish from the 20-year-old Penal.
Good evening, Your Highness. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor for me to be here, not only to be with Mr. Boden Barrett on stage, but to present the first ever Tudor Award in the world of rugby. So the World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year Award tonight, in association with Tudor, is, and I'm sure you know this guy, Rico Ioane.
Stay here. Reiko, congratulations. As a new member of the All Blacks, how was this year?
No, it was awesome. I think with the quality of coaches and management that we had in the team, and obviously the players that are out there as well, with Baz especially, I think it was awesome for me. You know, everyone's real encouraging and supportive, so yeah.
Looking to 2019, how could the All Blacks make history and win 3 in a row World Rugby?
World
Rugby Cup.
Yeah, I think just got to make the team first. But I think apart from that, I think you just got to trust the process. You know, I'm sure the coaches and senior players in the team have a plan set to do so. But you know, we're just looking to keep playing consistent footy for our clubs. So yeah, that's the priority going forward.
Thank you, thank you. Congratulations. And now, I'm pleased to hand over to my co-host, Alex Payne.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here we go. This has been an historic year for women in rugby, with a record-breaking Rugby World Cup in Ireland, record female participation growth, and transformational governance reform, which will see at least a third of World Rugby's council seats occupied by women. And, of course, the approval of a new global World Rugby Women's Plan. Let's have a little look at some of the action from the Women's Rugby World Cup, which was held in Ireland this summer.
All the training, all the commitment, all the dedication to wear the jersey of their country.
England, the defending champions, exploding out of the blocks, setting out their marker early on.
This packed out capacity crowd here on their feet. Larissa Muldoon for Ireland scores the first try of the game.
7 might become 8, 7 will become 8. Portia Woodman does the impossible.
Thomas is going to keep USA in the semi-final mix.
The first time they've scored a try in the World Cup, Hong Kong have arrived.
It's finished in the rain, but the sun has been shining on the French.
The 2017 World Cup moves into the business end.
Portia Woodman, you're kidding me! That is magnificent!
Megan Jones for England, the icing on the cake.
I've got numbers, they're gonna score! Bronze again for France.
The World Cup final, it's New Zealand against England. 80 minutes to decide the best team in the world. Challenge laid down by New Zealand. Challenge accepted by England. Williata for New Zealand, going for the corner! Burford spots a gap up the middle. Thompson for England! What a piece of skill, what a score. Thompson against Woodman, who's going to win it? Thompson for England! Chance to score, the pass on the outside to Williata! New Zealand are World Cup champions in 2017.
Some wonderful moments from a memorable tournament. And to discuss this monumental year for the women's game, would you please welcome England player and Rugby Athletes Commission member Rachel Burford, Women's Rugby World Cup final referee and former Ireland international Joy Neville, and the president of the French Rugby Federation, Bernard Laporte. Well done yesterday. Great to be back at English Rugby's headquarters. A fantastic scoreline, obviously, but for you, obviously, a wonderful year for England with a Grand Slam, reaching the final. But how nice to be back out with your team doing what you do best.
Yeah, we couldn't wait to get back out there and represent our country again. You know, we had a tough summer, we gave it all we got, and it's good to get back on the horse and start looking forward. And we've got a really young squad coming through now, and it's exciting times for England Rugby.
You mentioned the young squad coming through. For those of you who didn't see the game, Jess Breach has now scored 11 tries in her first 2 internationals. Abby Dowell on the other wing scored a hat-trick yesterday as well. I hope you're on a commission basis for those outside you. But just a word, I mean, you have been around for a few years now, a word on the talent that is coming through in the women's game at the moment.
I mean, it's really exciting, and it's good to see that we've got some youngsters now pushing us, and you know, it's really exciting. Jess Breach scoring that many tries at the age of 20, and as much as experienced players can teach them some stuff, they're actually teaching us the stuff as well, like play with no fear, enjoy it, and it's been a really good mix and blend, and hopefully we've, you know, helped them get over the line and made them grow within this experience.
They certainly are coming on extremely well. And we heard earlier on about your rugby CV and the work that you're doing away from the game and away from your rugby boots. Just tell us a little bit about your involvement and the pride that you have in the role that you've played in the council reforms at World Rugby.
It's a very honourable role to be a part of, and I think anybody who plays rugby or has played rugby wants to just try and improve the sport and put it in a better place, and I'm fortunate to be in that opportunity to try and give players and women a voice within that. And I think World Rugby have really set a bar high with the council changes that we've already spoken about to really lay a marker down there that we're really serious about accelerating women's rugby and normalising it and it becoming just rugby.
Good stuff. Keep up the great work. I'm going to really step in front of you. Joy, also for you, a wonderful, wonderful year culminating in the Women's Rugby World Cup final. Just tell us a little bit about how it's been for you personally, how much you've enjoyed the last 12 months.
It's been amazing. I mean, I need to look back sometimes to think what I've achieved. I played for 11 years international rugby and worked hard to make a World Cup final as a player. And sometimes I have to pinch myself to think that I actually refereed in the Women's World Cup final. And hats off to both teams. What a spectacle of rugby that was had in the day. But it's been wonderful, and the challenges that I've faced, I've enjoyed thoroughly, and hopefully long may it last.
You mentioned your international career. Do you think in the way that you've turned poacher turned gamekeeper, that gives you a little bit of extra empathy and an understanding for the game? Is that something that you're proud of?
I think that's a possibility. I think maybe it's an advantage as an ex-player that you probably have more of an understanding what the players are trying to achieve. And that's probably one of the reasons why I've probably progressed as fast as I have. And yeah, thankfully it's worked for me.
And you've, as you mentioned, been around the game for quite some time now. What have you made of the graph and the journey that women's rugby has been on?
It's wonderful, and I just look at the clips that were shown there in the Women's World Cup in Ireland. As I said, I played in 2006, 2010 World Cup, and the skill set, the speed of the game is second to none, and the publicity that the women's game has experienced is wonderful. And this is at the level that it is, and it's now for us to work on that and progress it even further.
Yeah, obviously the last Women's World Cup was in France in 2014. You're going to ask Bernard a question about 2023.
Président, c'est un mois un peu compliqué, on va dire, pour le rugby français sur le terrain. Mais en dehors, en tout cas, vous avez eu une merveilleuse nouvelle il y a quelques jours avec l'accueil de la Coupe du Monde de rugby.
Oui, bonsoir à toutes et à tous. Oui, bien sûr, c'était une excellente nouvelle. C'est difficile, comme vous le disiez, sur le terrain pour le moment avec l'équipe de France. Mais la merveilleuse nouvelle du 15 novembre nous a donné beaucoup d'enthousiasme. Et c'est vrai que pour le rugby français, c'était le moment. On ne gagne pas sur le terrain, on a gagné cette compétition. Et nous ferons honneur à cette compétition parce qu'elle le mérite. À nous, maintenant, de bien préparer cette équipe de France qui est dans la souffrance pour le moment. Mais nous avons des jeunes qui arrivent, donc nous gardons espoir.
Qu'est-ce qui a fait que la France a été choisie, tout simplement?
Je ne sais pas, il faut demander à ceux qui ont voté. Je dirais simplement que notre dossier était solide, on le savait, mais les trois dossiers étaient trois beaux dossiers, on ne va pas revenir là-dessus. L'Afrique du Sud, l'Irlande avaient aussi un dossier de qualité. Après, voilà, il faut demander à ceux qui ont voté. Je crois que le fait que nous ayons été voir tout le monde, que nous avons déjà organisé une Coupe du Monde, que nous sommes un pays qui organise énormément d'événements sportifs mondiaux, a certainement penché aussi dans la balance.
Merci. Bernard is really happy to have that Rugby World Cup. It is complicated for the French rugby right now on the field, but off the field, this is a great news for French rugby, and we hope the French young players are going to shine really soon.
Fabulous. It's going to be a wonderful tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Cecile, thank you very much indeed. Bernard, Joy, and Rachel, thank you very much indeed for your thoughts. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to our favourite thing, some incredible tries. Tonight, you have joined over 5,000 fans on social media in having your say and voting for your favourite try from an exceptional shortlist. To announce the winner of the ERPA Try of the Year, please welcome last year's recipient, Jamie Heaslip. So let's have one more look at the 4 tries up for nomination this year.
On weights. Headed for the blind side, but it was well covered. Argentina happy to play for the green. From deep to Alimano. That is the other centre, Orlando, and outside him, Boffini. Boffelli beats Tuculet, and Argentina's lead grows. Brilliant try, absolutely brilliant.
Liam Williams, good step. We need some support.
Maybe not. Liam Williams looking all around. Where's that support now? It's come from Jonathan Davis. Now Elliot Daly, show those wheels. Inside to Davis. Inside and out. It's got to be finished. It is finished. Sean O'Brien.
Takes a little wrap around to get his on the first half, and he's away to scrum half. Lovely feet for the scrum half. Abradite inside the 22. Still going, Abradite! What a try! As good a try as you will see in international rugby.
And the winner of the ERPA Try of the Year is Joaquin Tuculet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the ERPA Try of the Year is Joaquin Tuculet of Argentina. Well done. Congratulations. Now, the importance of the referee is clear to all who play and watch our game. Put simply, there is no game without them. And even in this modern professional era, rugby, possibly more than any other sport, demands that the match officials are respected both on and off the pitch. The Referee Award recognises not only retired referees for their enduring dedication, but also the current crop, whose performances are scrutinised week in and week out in the men's, women's, sevens and 15s games. To present this award, would you please welcome to the stage a man who wasn't bad at refereeing when he was playing. It is the great George Gregan. And let's have a little look at our winner in action.
Offside. Well, it's 10 minutes in the sin bin for Amy Evans. Now going to be down to 13 for the next. We do have Irish involvement tonight. It comes in the form of Joy Neville, former international herself. And what a moment for her to referee her first World Cup final. A former player, she knows the game inside out. On the whistle, former Irish number 8, of course.
Well, the winner of the World Rugby Referee Award is Joy Neville.
Many congratulations. It's quite a night, it's quite a stage, and it's quite some recognition as well for the wonderful work that you do. For you personally, just give us a sense of what this moment feels like.
Oh, it's amazing. To be honest, I retired in 2013 after we won the Grand Slam, and to think that I'm stood here after refereeing the Women's World Cup final, and I have a lot of people to thank for that, and a lot of organisations, but it's mostly down to my beautiful wife, Simona, down there, and my family, and I'm completely honoured to be here to receive this, and I thank you and everyone who's supported me throughout this journey.
It's a wonderful journey, and you are something of a trailblazer as well. Are you someone who's conscious of knocking down the hurdles in front of you and you enjoy that, or is it much ado about nothing in your eyes?
It's all about knocking those hurdles down, isn't it? It's all about breaking the barriers and creating opportunities for other females or males, whatever it is, to come through. I thoroughly enjoy a challenge. And once you're enjoying what you're doing, just keep at it. And I'm really enjoying what I'm doing right now.
And in years gone by, I think people would have filed referees alongside parking wardens and tax collectors and things like that. But it seems to be the profile is on the up a little bit, and that people are a little more understanding of the job that you have to do. Is that something that you're conscious of and you've noticed?
Well, I suppose as an ex-player, I never for a moment wanted to referee. I was plagued by a gentleman that most of you would know, David McHugh, an ex-international referee, and I didn't want to do it. And he just kept knocking on the door, and eventually I gave in, and I'm thankful for that. I wouldn't be stood here but for the fact that Dave McHugh plagued me. And probably part of the reason, it is a very tough job, and the game is so technical. But in saying that, it has an awful lot of pros, and you can come away from a game once you're prepared and you give it the best that you can, and you can come away a very happy person in some of the occasions. Unfortunately, not in all, but thankfully I've been very lucky to have done well in most of the challenges that I have come across. So.
Well done, you. Keep knocking down the barriers. Keep doing what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Rugby Referees Award goes to Joy Neville. Stage left. Thank you. Well done, Joy. Now, the nominees for the coach, team, men's and women's Player of the Year awards were selected by a panel of former players, coaches and World Rugby Hall of Famers. They include Rugby World Cup winners such as Maggie Alfonsi, John Smith, Sir Clive Woodward, George Gregan and Richie McCaw, and Hall of Famers such as Augustin Pichot, Brian O'Driscoll and Fabien Galtier. So firstly, let's recognise the men and women behind the stars that we see perform week in and week out on the field of play. Theirs is the quiet word, most of the time. The rousing speech, the carrot, the stick, the kick up the backside, whatever it is that works. I am, of course, talking about the coaches. And to present this award, would you please welcome Sir Clive Woodward. We can't have you up here without a quick word. Just before we sort of announce the winner this year, just a word on the panel and the selection process and how these decisions come together.
Well, I can't talk about the other members, but we've taken it very, very seriously. I think 2017 especially, it's been an amazing year on the field of play, but we've looked very closely at the coaches. I'm very clear, and it was great seeing Coco from Argentina, the difference the coach can make to any group of players. So we've taken it very, very seriously, and there's no doubt there's an outstanding group of coaches who've been put forward to this award this evening.
I know how much you enjoy the filthy coffee that we serve up in our studio, but being here tonight, in amongst the great and the good again, does it get the fires burning? Is there perhaps more to come from you in terms of coaching reins?
Listen, I enjoyed my time coaching, Alex. It's, as you know, it's easy from the commentary box, and I enjoy being in the commentary box with you and looking down on it. So, well, no, I can watch these games and I feel for the coaches. When they win, I know what it feels like, but more importantly, when they lose, I know life isn't quite the same. So it's a tough, tough job, and I've just got full respect for all the guys who are still doing it.
Okay, not quite a no, but thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at this year's nominees for World Rugby Coach of the Year. Round of applause.
Your Serene Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, it's a huge pleasure for me to be able to award this Coach of the Year award. So the winner of the Coach of the Year award for 2017 is Eddie Jones.
Many, many congratulations. For you, I know how much you've achieved in the game. You've won World Cups, Super Rugby. You've been at the helm of the greatest upset in Rugby World Cup history. But tonight you stand here as World Rugby's Coach of the Year. How proud a moment is this for someone who's almost seen it all?
I think it's great for the team. You know, it's a reflection of our team. It's a reflection of the great players we've got, the staff we've got, you know, what we've put together.
When you took over in late 2015, did you see the potential within the group of players that you've got, or have even you been a little bit surprised by how well it's gone?
No, I always thought England, you know, the only reason I took the job because I thought they had very good players and it was just something a little bit missing and the players have been able to find that by themselves and, you know, we're only halfway through the project, so we've still got a couple of good years to go. You said in the immediate aftermath of yesterday there's still a lot to do, but how pleased are you with how much you've actually done so far? Well, we're getting better. You know, we've had some good periods, some not so good periods, but I think we're on the right track. And if you were to look back on the last 12 months, this award obviously for the World Coach of the Year, is there a game or a player or a moment that stands out that will define this year for you? No, I don't think so. I think it's just been the continual progress of the team. You know, I must admit I feel a bit embarrassed getting it. We're not the #1 team in the world. You know, I think Steve Hansen should be up here. But someone's judged it another way, so I accept it. You know, we want to be the #1 team in the world, and until we're the #1 team in the world, we haven't got anything to crow about. OK, I think Steve has won it 4 of the last 5 years, so I'm sure he won't mind you taking this one. Does it go front and centre on your desk, or do you pop it in the potting shed for when the time comes and you're off to the beach? I think my dog will play with it. OK, lovely. Well, I hope you enjoy the accolade nevertheless. Ladies and gentlemen, World Rugby Coach of the Year is Eddie Jones. Well done to you, Eddie. Stage left if we could, because you've got some photos to do. Well done. I know he's delighted, really. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the Team of the Year. And whether it's men's, women's, under-20s, 7s or 15s, rugby is perhaps the ultimate team sport. There have been some wonderful examples, performances and stories of this throughout the course of 2017. Would you please welcome to the stage Maggie Alfonsi to present this award.
Ladies and gents, our nominees are...
And the winner of the World Rugby Team of the Year award is New Zealand Women's 15s team.
Who let out the hoop at the back there? There was a massive cheer. Was that either of you, or was it just people supporting you?
That would have been Ruby Toy.
Well done, well done. It's an amazing accolade. Congratulations. Give us a little bit of insight into what it's been like as a Black Fern in the aftermath of your Rugby World Cup triumph.
It's been an awesome last couple of months. The reception that we got when we got home from the World Cup was nothing we've ever seen before. But I think just the support from the country and from around the world has been tremendous. It's been awesome.
It's fantastic to hear. And what was key to the victory? Because obviously you lost to England in the summer, but how did you turn it around? What was essential to getting you the trophy this time around?
I think the amount of work put in by coaches, management, a lot of stuff behind the scenes. They were always one step ahead, and yeah, that was a key part to our success.
Good. And obviously it's been an amazing journey as well, not just for you as a team, but for the sport itself. What have you noticed as the biggest change in the women's game over the course of your career?
I think just people talking about women's rugby, women's sport overall, you know, just having it in the media and everyone, just like I said, just talking about it has probably been the best thing for it.
And obviously you were a winner in 2010 as well, weren't you? So you've seen it from the triumph in 2010 at the Twickenham Stoop all the way through to the triumph in Belfast this year. For you, has there been a significant alteration in the way the game's perceived?
Yeah, it's been massive. Like you said, obviously 2010 highlight, and then heartbreak in 2014. So to come back and win this one, and it's women's rugby's gone to a whole new level. The pace, the speed, and just the athletes playing it. It's incredible.
And which was the better celebration, 2010 or 2017?
Both.
Both, good. That's stayed consistent, but good to see the game itself is on the way. Kelly, Portia, many, many congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the women are the team of the year for the World Rugby Awards. Congratulations to New Zealand. Stage left if you would. Thank you. And now, to our final two awards of the evening, the Women's and Men's Player of the Year. For the first time, we involve players, international coaches, select media and fans in the voting process for these two awards. They were invited to vote from the list of nominees. Their votes were considered by the panel before they made their final vote to determine this year's winners. Thank you. Firstly, therefore, to the Women's 15s Player of the Year. This has been the year, as we've said, of women's rugby both on and off the field. An exceptional Women's Rugby World Cup in Ireland, which captured the imagination with full stadia across the country, record television audiences, and record social media engagement as well. All elements combined, it has certainly made it a game changer. Off the field, World Rugby's announcement of a new women's plan is just good news for the World Cup, but also outlines ambitions for a new global 15s calendar, which will only see this great game and its stars grow. Previous winners of this award are Sarah Hunter, Kendra Coxedge, Magali Harvey, Michaela Staniford, and Maggie Alfonsi. And to present this prestigious award, would you please welcome to the stage Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene of Monaco and All Black legend Dan Carter. So, let's see our three nominees for the World Rugby Women's Player of the Year Award.
There's the open side flanker. I highlighted her at the beginning. She highlights herself within 7 minutes of this match. Roman Manager is on the board.
And then goes Kelly Brazier. Stunning.
And the winner of the World Rugby Women's Player of the Year Award in association with MasterCard is Portia Woodman.
you may be quick, but you can't get away from the microphone. Have you even had a chance to sit down yet from the last award, or you need your speed this evening?
Yeah, no, I have plenty of time, plenty of time.
Here we are, Monaco, Sunday night, in your glad rags, looking very good indeed, if I might say so, and holding an award which says you are now the best women's player in the world. As Sunday nights go, it's got to be up there, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad, you know. Nah, the team, like, obviously just winning the Team of the Year award shows how good our team is, and honestly, they make me look good. Yeah. They do all the work, and I'm out there on the sideline just waiting for the ball.
You're not bad on your own. I'm sitting next to the lovely Melody Robinson, who told me a fascinating story that everywhere you go, you take a little piece of home. And I'd love to know more about that. Yeah, so as soon as I made the team for Sevens, my parents gave me a hangi rock, which is one of the rocks that we have back home up north, to either stick in my boot or just to have with me wherever I go, so that I have a little bit of dirt from New Zealand, so travelling with me around the world. You are that quick with a rock in your boot. It's amazing to see without. And obviously for you personally, I mean, I know it's a culmination this year with a World Cup triumph, but when you look back when you first started, who was the first person that said, if you concentrate, if you apply yourself, you can go all the way? And I'd love to know what your message to that person would be this evening. Oh, it's got to be my parents. My mum wasn't a big fan of me playing rugby, but I think she was just going to support me no matter what. And I think without them, obviously, I wouldn't be where I am, because they pushed me to do everything I can to the best of my abilities. So, yeah. Well, listen, you're an inspiration to many, I know. Many, many congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Rugby Women's Player of the Year is Portia Woodman. Well done, Portia. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention once again, please, for the final award of the night and the most coveted individual accolade in the men's game, the World Rugby Men's 15s Player of the Year Award in association with MasterCard. Shh, thank you. The list of previous winners reads like a dream team. Keith Wood, Fabien Galtier, Johnny Wilkinson, Scott Berger, Richie McCaw, Brian Habana, Thierry Dusautoir, Kieran Reid, Brodie Retallick, and Dan Carter. But who will join that illustrious group in 2017? To present this prestigious award, would you please welcome to the stage His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco and World Rugby Chairman Bill Beaumont. So without further ado, let's see our nominees in action.
Go to the short side, and Barrett!
Here's Perenara having a dab early. Barrett works it away from Williams, offloads nicely to Leonard Brown. Julian Savia, Barrett is back and he's got the pace. Perenara, Barrett! Bowden Barrett score! done it again. They've worked exactly the same move, and this time it's Farrell, not Ford. Farrell. It's down the middle.
And the winner of the World Rugby Men's Player of the Year in association with MasterCard is Beauden Barrett.
Firstly, many congratulations. Some people collect stamps, others coins. Your collection of World Rugby Player of the Year awards are coming along very nicely. Second year in a row. I think 12 months ago, you were very humbled, rather in awe of the award. How proud are you to be standing here having backed it up again a year later?
Yeah, very proud and surprised. I wanted to be better than last year, and I still feel I've got plenty more to go, so I think that's exciting.
If you look back on the last 12 months, is there a game or a moment? We asked the question to Eddie and he didn't give a lot, but have you got something that will define this year for you?
Yeah, I think the Lions series really put us under pressure, the most pressure I've probably felt in a black jersey, and that's a credit to the Lions. We'll learn a lot from that series, particularly taking that into the World Cup, so that series was awesome, yeah.
You seem to be someone that never has a smile far from your face when you're playing. Do you get the chance to reflect on this and to enjoy the ride, or is it always week by week, detail by detail?
Yeah, it's week by week. I guess one day when I hang the boots up, I can look back and really be proud of this, but I've got to thank the team. I'm just one player amongst a great team. I get a lot of credit for a lot of things, so I have to thank them.
Okay, you talk about the team as well. It's been a pretty good year for the Barrett family, with Geordie making his debut and Scott featuring a number of times for the All Blacks as well. Is this kind of award, does it get you head of the table at Christmas, or does it get you the washing up?
No, as soon as you get home, no one really cares about that. It's probably the good thing about growing up on a farm in Taranaki. It's really humbling. Mum and Dad sort of bring you back down to earth pretty quick, so it's awesome.
Okay, well, you're standing on the top of the world right now. Keep doing what you're doing. It's wonderful to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 World Rugby Player of the Year is Beauden Barrett. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings to an end the formalities. What a night it's been. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. And obviously, congratulations once again to all of our winners. It has been another year to remember. But of course, we can now look ahead to what promises to be a sensational 2018. It will be another stellar year for Sevens as we head to San Francisco for the Rugby World Cup Sevens 2018, as well as the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series and, of course, the Commonwealth Games. 15s will also be the focus for many unions, with the last qualifying places at Rugby World Cup 2019 to be decided, the Under-20 World Championship, and above all, the promotion and continued growth in popularity of the great character-building game that promotes a healthy and a harmonious lifestyle for all. It has been a huge privilege to share this evening with you. My thanks to Cecile as well. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and when the time comes, a very safe journey home, and we'll see you back here in Monaco next year. Many thanks. Good night.